All right, guys. Hey, how's it going? It's Money Manny with HTX TV, and we are on a Tuesday going over the info, and it's going to be an awesome chat this Tuesday. We're going to go ahead and, yeah, pretty much go over everything. A little bit of sports, a little bit of second stimulus check updates, cryptocurrency updates. Yes, and welcome to my Convo podcast listeners. It's Money Manny with HTX TV. Um, Coming up to you on this Tuesday evening. We got plenty of information, second stimulus checks. As I was telling my YouTube audience, stock market information updates, and also some cryptocurrency information as well. So it is going to be a jam-packed um, podcast. So let's let's definitely turn this baby around. Um, yeah, I was looking at getting one going yesterday, but I actually had some technical difficulties. I had to get my router changed out with the internet and everything. My internet was down physically, and the funny part is, once you're, it's crazy now. You think about it. If you actually go one full day without the internet, it's funny how everything actually revolves around the internet. I mean, unless you have like digital cable or something like that. I've um I've kind of, since pretty much everything's on the internet now, I've learned to stream everything. So that's what I've been doing for quite a few years, with a lot of credible websites and, good streaming. It's pretty a lot more simpler, as long as you have internet running, but which is pretty rare. Actually, we had the guy come out. He Yeah, we switched out a router at least a couple times. He ended up switching out the router again. I don't know what it was, but I think it had something to do with outside the connection, and maybe it comes loose. Probably got to be weather related, because now it's getting, here in Texas, it's getting kind of cool. Maybe the hot and cold maybe it shrinks and kind of messes with the bolts and everything that connect the cables, to give us the internet. So, but yeah, let me see here. It is Tuesday. Taco Tuesdays, so I didn't have tacos today. I had what did I have? I actually had some hot dogs. Some hot dogs, cooked them on the grill. It was actually nice and cool, so it did rain a little bit, but I'm one of those guys that even if it does rain, I'm still gonna cook on the grill. That's just me, especially now that it's cool, it's not hot, I'm not sweating out there. I go out there and just it's actually nice cool breeze. So, but yeah, let's get into. Let me see here. I actually got some stuff on my laptop already. Yeah, let's check out some second stimulus information. See if we can pull that up here. Some second. I think I had a bunch of windows. Here we go. Or actually, let me pull up a new window. That's some. Yeah, and I definitely appreciate you new subscribers. I saw you guys get subscribed this week as well. Appreciate you. You know, um, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. I love giving you guys out all the information you can handle. Definitely, hopefully, I can give you some value this week. But now with social media stuff going on, current events, there's always something going on, which is pretty awesome. Um, Actually, there was a yeah, I got to watch the last part of the World Series. It was good. So the the Dodgers defeated the Tampa Bay Rays in Game 6. believe the score was it was like 3-1, like 3-1. Yeah, basically and I definitely one of the guys I like on the Dodgers. Not really a big Dodger fan, but one of the guys I do like is Clayton Kershaw. I've always liked him as a person. I I've seen him pitch plenty of playoffs. Go through years of struggling, always having kind of like that monkey on his back, type of deal where he would he would pitch really good during the regular season, then when it came to the playoffs, he would they'd hit him, and for years and a really long time, he's always had a good career and done very well, but he's never really you know won the big championship, the World Series, and they actually pulled it off today. Definitely hats off to the Dodgers, and definitely hats off to Clayton Kershaw for finally winning his first World Series. Definitely I am definitely a Clayton Kershaw fan as a person. I've always liked him and his values and stuff like that. So alrighty, so yeah, Dodgers are World Series champs, and so baseball season is officially over, and and I believe so now it's just football season. So yeah, I'll definitely give you guys some update on football. And let's see here. Most likely once playoff comes, maybe I'll just give a few scores here and there. But let's see what the second stimulus package update. Let's see if there's okay. This one looks pretty good. And again, guys, yeah, if you're not subscribed, you know, definitely hit that subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button, write me a note in the comments, and I will definitely send you a personal message and everything. So, all right, let's go here. Here's some second stimulus package information for Tuesday, October 27th, 2020. And you guys on the podcast as well. I appreciate um, you guys playing and listening to the podcast and everything. I appreciate you guys' support. So, and again, yeah, you can also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram and my TikTok are the same. It's Money Manny at Money Manny 1980, and that's MONEYMANNY 1980. For both of those social medias, you can follow me on those as well. And if you'd like to support, the podcast or the YouTube channel, you can, I have my PayPal's. I put it in my description. It's um, Manuel Armijo 1784 at Manuel Armijo 1784, and then my Patreon is www.patreon.com/capital HTX TV. So, alrighty, it says here, second stimulus check update. Has Trump given up on a pre-election deal? Here's the latest. The President, Donald Trump, on Tuesday seemed to kill any hopes of passing a new CV-19 bill before Election Day. He promises the best stimulus package you'll ever see, but only after the election and only if Republicans kept the White House and Senate and took back the House, blaming the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi. I guess, yeah, blaming the Nancy Pelosi, the Democrat House Speaker, for ongoing deadlock in talks. After the election, we'll get the best stimulus package you've ever seen, because I think we're going to take back the House because of her. Trump told reporters at the White House, I think you have a lot of congressmen and women, Republican, that are going to get elected. Oh, okay. So seems like he's pretty confident in that. Anything can happen, really. I mean, I guess we'll we'll find out after. Actually, it's only like 6 or 7 days away. In about a little over a week, we'll find that out. Um, it says we'll hold the Senate, we'll hold the White House. All right, keep going here. Trump trails Democratic challenger Joe Biden by 7% percentage points in the Real Clear Politics polling average, and Nate Silvers says Democrats are favored to win the Senate and clearly favored to retain the House. I believe right now they said the Democrats have the House, but I think there's more Republicans in the Senate, I believe. And next it says, in a letter to the House Democrats Tuesday, Pelosi suggested that Trump was trying to change the subway. I mean, the subway, change the subway, change the sandwich. Was trying to change the subject away from White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows' comments on Sunday when he said on CNN's State of the Union, "We're not going to control the pandemic." From hoax to hundreds of thousands dead, the White House has failed miserably, not by accident, but by decision, Pelosi wrote. Now we know why they resisted science at the expense of livelihoods, and the life of our democracy again. It was a decision to do so. Still, she said, House Democrats were continuing to draft legislation based on their negotiations with the White House. Rep. Josh Conomer, District 5, said said the talks needed to continue and a deal be reached. It's unconsciousness that any party would put politics ahead of the pandemic and walk away on suffering American families and small businesses, he said. A major sticking point continues to be aid for financially strapped states and localities, which Trump again attacked on Tuesday. Nancy Pelosi is only interested in bailing out badly run and crime-ridden Democratic cities and states, Trump said. That's all she's interested in. She's not interested in helping the people. House Democrats have passed legislation, including state and local aid, or another round of $1,200 stimulus payments, funds for small businesses, extra unemployment insurance payments, more money for the U.S. Postal Service to help handle an expected unprecedented amount of absentee ballots, and a one-year suspension of the Republican tax law's $10,000 cap on deducting state and local taxes. All right. And that was one perspective. Here are the basics on when a stimulus check might arrive, how to estimate your total payment, and what to do if you get your first check. All right. Here it says the November 3rd election is just 1 week away, which I said, and now apparent that a stimulus bill won't get a vote until after the big day. So it's looking like, we're pretty much kind of almost too close to the election, where I believe that both sides would most likely want to advertise and for their candidate and hopefully get the most votes. That's what I would think so. And while the complicated game of negotiation continues to play out, we can help you hone in on the key facts for one part of the bill: a second stimulus check that could bring up $1,200 per individual, but that figure only scratches the surface. For example, we'll explain how the IRS determines your total stimulus check amount, how taxes are a huge factor in your payment, and how you may even be owed more money from the first round of direct payments. Oh, that's interesting. So they're saying that either maybe if you didn't get a check the first round, maybe they might give you the current money plus more, or maybe they'll just give you more money for if you qualify. So here it says a new check won't come until after the election. Okay, they put that in big bold letters. So a lot of people are saying that it's not looking like, at least it's not looking like an actual decision is going to be made. Negotiations haven't narrowed their differences on a bill. Time is running out before November 3rd, which is a little over a week away. We're right now we're on the 27th, so yeah, we're just a week and a few days. Yet President Donald Trump and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi remain remain hopeful that the final wording of a bill will be ready one way or another after the election, and hopefully before the new term begins on January 3rd for Congress and January 20th for the office of president. Once again, the timeline is up in the air and the results may hinge on the outcome of the election. Yeah, and let me see here. We can get something done before the election, at least an agreement. Let me see, who are they saying? Yeah, Nancy Pelosi is saying, if not, if at least an agreement, if not a law. So yeah, we'll definitely keep our eye on that. If even if they don't specifically say that a deal has been cut, checks are being mailed out, or you should be looking at your direct deposit account in the next couple of weeks. They're saying at least a law might get passed. So it says the IRS owes certain people a catch-up payment. Ooh, that's interesting, which I just talked about. And they're saying it again. Okay, I think this is actually looks like where they explain it. But one second, real quick. Let me before I get into that, we'll take one quick break, and we'll be right back. We will be right back with that information. It says of how the IRS might owe you money from the stimulus in general. So we'll be right back, guys.
All right, guys, and we are back here, and we basically left off where it shows the IRS is gonna explain how they might owe you money, which is very rare. Usually, when I've never heard of that, but let's see what they're going to say here. It says the IRS owes certain people a catch-up payment. Maybe more than one people were supposed to get checks and didn't get them last time. It says if you're still waiting for your first stimulus payment, there are several ways to hunt it down. As many as 9 million people were estimated to be eligible for a first check, but didn't receive it because they needed to register with the IRS. Oh, okay. So they're saying maybe if there's people that still needed to register, still have money, maybe possibly waiting for them, or they're saying that. But the like I say, and this is what I'm reading from this website. It's pretty credible, but you never know, and always double check references. Um, whatever you do, and again, a reminder, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. Anything you do after watching these videos is purely your choice. So it says an extra step most people didn't have to take. The deadline is November 21st. Ooh, that's a little bit less than a month. And we show you how to register here. Oh, okay. So they didn't give a website or nothing, but I believe you better most likely go to the IRS website and see where it says you can register. Some people with dependents received only a partial payment. Ooh, with dependents and are still owed money. The deadline to get that in 2020 is also November 21st. And we explain how you can claim it with next year's taxes. Oh, okay. And if you share custody of a child, but you're not married, you may each be eligible to receive $500 per child dependent. Get some water. It says two new groups of people could qualify for stimulus money.
Democratic negotiators. My phone's like, yeah, I apologize. My phone is just blowing up. All right. Like I was saying, Democratic negotiators have supported bringing certain undocumented immigrants to the U.S. who pay taxes the same 1,200 stimulus check afforded to U.S. citizens at home and abroad, as well as some people living in U.S. territories, which I believe Puerto Rico is one. I'm not sure about the other ones off the top of my head. On October 27th, tweet from Washington Post reporter Jeff Stein quotes White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany discussing the Democrats' desire to bring stimulus checks for undocumented workers into the next stimulus bill by the CARES Act rule. Qualified non-citizens who are permanent residents and resident aliens were entitled to the first check, so as long as they met other eligibility requirements. Oh, so yeah. So regardless, if you're out there and maybe you didn't get one the first time, you should definitely look into it. Check, register with the IRS and check it out. A second group who could get a first or second check could include people who are incarcerated and otherwise eligible. A judge in California ruled that imprisonment should not disqualify someone from receiving a stimulus check. I agree with that as well. We're all human. Even if you're in prison, I mean, who knows? Everybody should still receive one. I pretty much agree with that. Stimulus check and ordered the IRS to release payments to people who would otherwise meet the qualifications. The ruling found that the CARES Act did not specifically or legally bar this group of people from getting checks, and that the IRS interpretation is incorrect. So the IRS was there. It's interesting because normally the IRS, they don't like to admit they're wrong at all. I mean, possibly even if they were doing any auditing, they don't like to didn't like to prove that they're wrong as well. So that is very interesting. And let's see what else it says. If this ruling, up to 2 million people or families could still receive payments for incarcerated individuals. Oh, okay, so they said that I guess your family could receive it as well. I would think it would be by the person receiving the money's choice, but or possibly he could arrange that as well. That will be interesting. Stimulus payment calculations use this not so simple formula. You may be interested to know that the IRS has a formula for working out how much stimulus money you can get. Okay, I think I went. Yeah, it says it also explains how you might be able to get some stimulus money even if your family yearly income exceeds the limit set out by the CARES Act in March. The calculations start with your household adjusted gross income, add on the money allotted to qualifying dependents, and then start deducting from the total based on your income bracket as defined by the CARES Act. You can calculate how much you can get in the stimulus check now as well for a second check. Interesting. Yeah, and it talks about payment groups, which I went over that before. Oh, wow. Okay, this is pretty new. It says your second payment may possibly arrive quicker than the first. So this could be for people that never got one. With the first check, the IRS learned how to mobilize and deliver stimulus money, and which I definitely saw that, and worked out many of the difficulties in the process. If a second check is approved, it's likely the agency could speed up the process and send out the first set of payments. The tracking tool is already up and running. The system is in place, and It's probable that the majority of people who qualify for a first check would also receive another. Okay, keep moving along. The timeline is constantly changing, but we've mapped out potential dates of checks that could be sent to you if approved. All right. And then it says, or after the before or after the election, which it's definitely looking like after the election now. New eligibility changes could deliver more money for your dependents. It's likely that a second stimulus check would largely follow the same rules and guidelines as the first, but the qualifications for who could get the money are are subject to change in ways that could benefit your family. One proposed bill redefines who counts as a qualifying dependent and would give your family $500 for each dependent you claim on your taxes, regardless of age. Oh, that's even, let's say, regardless of age. The current 1.8 trillion proposal to the White House offers $1,000 payment per child dependent. We've explained how some families might benefit more from one bill than the other in terms of total payment. Here's how young people could get qualified for their own $1,200 check. Yeah, I don't remember seeing talking about any of this like a week ago. It looks like they added this stuff on the weekend. There are many confusing exceptions and rules. If a second stimulus check is approved, there will be lots of small details, rules, and exceptions that may be confusing. While some situations will be easy to understand, others concerning you and your dependents might make it unclear if you're eligible and how much money you might receive. There are many fringe cases. Okay, for example, well, I'll just give a couple of examples. No, I'll say them all because y'all might need to know about it. Older adults and retirees can qualify for a stimulus check, but there are exceptions. People who owe child support could have their stimulus money garnished. Some parents who share custody of a child could get more stimulus money. U.S. citizens abroad and citizens of U.S. territories could be eligible. A different process may be required for people who receive Social Security disability. Okay. Certain issues could delay your check, such as if you recently moved. That makes sense. But the one thing that I'm interested in is the Social Security disability insurance. A, a different process may be required. Okay, I say that because I know my mother gets, she might get that, so I might have to let her know. And they watch the channel as well, so I'll definitely have to chat with them about that. Here it says you won't have to pay taxes on any stimulus money. Oh, the IRS doesn't consider stimulus money to be income. That means the payment you get this year won't reduce your refund in 2021. That's pretty cool. Or increase the amount you owe when you file your 2020 tax return. You also won't have to repay part of your stimulus check if you qualify for a lower amount in 2021. The IRS said if you didn't receive everything you were owed this year, you can claim it as a credit on your 2020 federal income tax return by filing in 2021. All right, let me see. There's much more to know about other government payments during the pandemic, including a possible interest check from the IRS and where the 300 federal unemployment benefit is now. Hmm. Alrighty, guys. So that pretty much wraps up the second stimulus information. So, man, that's very interesting. Definitely got to look at that. You know, you guys definitely check that out. Um, one point is to definitely check out the Social Security insurance. You may have to file a different way to get that, maybe through the IRS website or something. Alrighty, and now let's jump to. We're done with that, I think. Okay, all right. I already had a cryptocurrency window open, so now I'm going to open stock market. Go over some stock information, and then we will go over some. End it off with some cryptocurrency, and then we'll we'll be done after that. All right. Yeah, let's check out these. The Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500. The Dow, actually, the Dow and S&P 500 are both in the red. The Dow ended up at negative 0.80%. The That's at a negative $220 down, which is not that bad. The Dow right now is being traded at $27,463. And the Nasdaq actually was in the green. It's at a 0.64% increase, $72 up. It's a little over 11,400 being traded at right now, and the S&P 500 just a bit down at 0.30% down. It's at $3,300. The S&P 500, and it's at a minus $10 or so. That's not that bad. Here's some popular stocks. Apple Incorporated right now is traded at $116.55, and that's at a 1.3% increase. So they're doing pretty good. Citigroup Incorporated is at a $41.89 being traded, and it's at a negative 3.18% decrease in the red. GE is at 7.11 traded as, and it's at a minus 3% in the red. Alphabet Inc. is at $1,598. That's at a 0.91% increase, so almost 1%. So they're doing pretty good. They're still hold up. Microsoft Corporation is traded at $213. That's at a 1.4% increase in the green. So there you go. Let's check out the gainers and losers for Tuesday end, where tomorrow it'll be the New York Stock Exchange will be on a Wednesday morning tomorrow. So this is going into Wednesday, basically what ended on this last Tuesday. Nielsen Holdings PLC is at an increase at a 5.3%. Tiffany and Company is at a increase at 4.93%. Twitter Inc. is at a plus 4.6%. Salesforce.com Inc. is at a 3.4% increase. Perkin-Elmer Incorporated is at a 2.43% increase. And those are your gainers for the day. Let's check out some of the losers. Oh, goodness. A little all over the board. Let me get a little drink of water. All right. It says Nextera Energy Incorporated is at a negative 74.96% decrease. Wow, that fell big time. That very interesting. That's a pretty big decrease. Franklin Resources Incorporated is at a negative 13% increase. Raytheon Technologies is at a 7.04 decrease, 7%, not too bad. Eli Lilly and Company is almost at 7% decrease. Technip FMC PLC is at a negative 6.5 decrease as well. And those are your losers for the day. Not too shabby. Biggest one though is Nextera Energy. So energy markets are, oh yeah, and it even shows here it definitely affected the whole industry as well. So that could be a good buying time because you never know after the elections or after the holidays things might pick back up. But we still got a few months for that. And oil. Let's go into some commodities. Oil is priced at the oil barrels are priced at $38.68 a barrel, and that's a negative 2.2% decrease. Gas right now is at $3.30, and that's a negative 0.36% decrease. Gold right now is at $1,909, negative 0.14% decrease. Silver's traded at $24.40. That's a negative 0.55 decrease. Corn is traded at $414.25, and that's a negative 0.42% decrease. So not too bad. It's I think corn the last time we looked at it, it was like a few percents up. So alrighty, and the euro is at $1.18 compared to the dollar. British pound is at $1.30 compared to the US dollar. And the Canadian dollar, it never moves. I mean, since I've seen it, it's at 76 cents compared to the US dollar. So that is all the stock information today. Not really going to go over the industries, but I definitely saw a negative 20% in the energy industry from that one Nextera Energy Inc. with negative 70% decrease. That's pretty big. That's almost 100%. Wow, that is a huge hit. So, and yeah, I think that'd be tough. I mean, you could take a risk. The two ways of looking at that is if maybe it's bottomed out, and then you invest in it, and then eventually it goes up after maybe the holidays, and maybe you'll win big. Who knows? We'll definitely see in the next few months if that can come back up or not. So, alrighty, now let's jump to some cryptocurrency news. See what Bitcoin is at. They're asking me if they want to send me an email. My email is so jam packed already now. It sounds very tempting, but I guess I'm one of those old school guys where I'm willing to go to the website. I mean, but my email, shoot, I cleaned out this last week. I cleaned out probably 5 to 7,000 emails in three different emails I got. "13 things Fed should mule over before a digital dollar launch." It's funny on these websites how they actually put like a definition of what a cryptocurrency is. You would think most people would know that, but oop. Sorry, I'm on this website and just click on there. Yeah, I went ahead and just pulled up some Bitcoin news. It says a 750 million pre-Halloween Bitcoin option expiry has started to spook traders. Even though cryptocurrency traders have been exuberant over the price rise, a number of analysts are focused on The large Bitcoin and Ethereum options expires set to end before Halloween. Data from skew.com shows $750 million in Bitcoin options is set to expire and prices could get volatile. Let's see what they're saying. Volatile, that's interesting word they use. The price of Bitcoin touched an all-time 2020 high at 13,490 on Tuesday across global exchanges. The price spiked when the news leaked about Southeast Asia's largest bank, TBS, launching a digital asset exchange. And I believe I read about that. Despite the major price climb this month, Bitcoin and Ethereum markets are expected to be volatile at the end of the week, as a great number of options are set to expire on October 30th, which is 3 days away. The professional data and analytics firm Skew.com discussed the situation on Twitter on October 25th. I'm trying to remember if I heard that. I think it did talk about that a few days ago. 60K in Bitcoin options are expiring this week, $750 million and notional. Skew tweeted, the majority expiry not only coincided with the price rise, but also the 12th year anniversary of the Bitcoin white paper. 12th year anniversary, okay. If you're not sure what the white paper is it's basically telling you exactly what what a individual cryptocurrency is, how it works, how it works with blockchain, and it's basically what Bitcoin was the first big blockchain, so like the pioneer. So it says, in addition to Skew statistics, the exchange holding the most Bitcoin and Ethereum option contracts, Deribute published an article about the trading uncertainty tethered to the expiry of October 30th. Deribit published a chart that shows the current term structure of Deribit Bitcoin options due to the time value of options. The term structure tends to be upward sloping, the Deribit report notes. However, the humps demonstrate an expected sharp price movement in a particular period of time. Similar to the traditional markets, the Bitcoin market has priced in potential volatility in the election week of October 30th until November 6th. The increased volatility is expected to continue at least until the end of Q4. The crypto derivatives exchange added. And they're basically showing, it's a little chart that kind of goes, I can't really, just like a little chart. According to Deribit's crypto derivatives channel on Telegram, a recent signal on October 26, 2020 explained that there is currently 61,000 Bitcoin options set to expire, of which 40K is held at Deribit. Additionally, 190K of Ethereum options, 76 million, will expire on the same day, on which 164K is held at Deribit. This month, we have a significant flipping of the month skew and Bitcoin testing yearly highs. The October 20th expiry comes just a few days before the eagerly watched U.S. election. With over 7% of the expiry open interest fixated on the $13,000 strike, could any early expected U.S. elections news or movement in the particularly correlated stock mark trigger Bitcoin to cross strike, trigger a run or on volatility? On Tuesday, Skew tweeted about Deribit's October expiry and said that dealers are likely long on Deribit for October expiry, 12 12.5K, 13K, and 14K. Calls are all open for 2K Bitcoin options, researchers tweeted. The largest strike is the 9K put with more than 5K options open. Judging by where the October volume is marked sub 40, it's likely dealers are long against overriders. Of course, speculations have put a lot of weight into crypto futures and options markets, and lots of times these secondary markets do nothing. For instance, traders and analysts often talk about CME gaps that never fill and big options expire that are extremely boring. For instance, crypto traders expected lots of volatility after speculating on more than 87,000 worth of Bitcoin options that expired on September the 25th. Similarly to upcoming pre-Halloween Bitcoin and Ethereum options expiry data from Durbit has shown the exchange held 67,000 worth 77% of the 87,000 September 25th contracts. Wow, that's pretty huge. That day, historically, Bitcoin price statistics show Bitcoin opened on the 25th at 10,200 and closed day high at 10,700 later in the afternoon. Options markets had no effect on spot market pricing going forward. Bitcoin markets did not end up being turbulent. After all, the large expiry and ending of the uprising of 24% since then. So the way I view that is they're saying the last time basically they thought it could have messed with the price, maybe going down, but it didn't. So they said, obviously you got to wait to see what happens, but they're for, forecasting that it is basically if it does the same thing, then it won't affect the price going up. So that's basically what they're saying. And here, the last right here, it says, what do you think about the 750 million plus Bitcoin options expiry on October 23rd? Let us know what you think about the subject in the comment section. Well, yeah, so worst case scenario, if it starts going down, you could sell. Best case scenario, keeps going up. Just ride that wave. Yep, ride that wave all the way to the bank. All right, let's see where we're at. Yeah, so Bitcoin's looking pretty strong. Now I'm gonna go and check out some. I think it was on that website. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash is at $267.19, and yeah, Bitcoin closed is at $13,763. So that's pretty big right there. That was my phone. I hear my phone kind of blowing up here. Just notifications like crazy. So I wanted to get a nice and quick little price summary of. Let me see. Yeah, let me see if I can get some cryptocurrency prices. A little general. Oh, here we go. I got the top 10. Let's check out the top 10. I'll go from 1 to 10. Starting, obviously, you all heard about Bitcoin. Ethereum's at $405.78. It's up 3.8% within the last 24 hours. Market cap's at 45.9 billion. Tether, it's priced at $1 right now. Ripple is at 25 cents, so Ripple went up a little bit. And I just went over Bitcoin Cash. Chainlink is at 11.91. And that's a 0.95% increase. So Chainlink's increasing. Binance coin is at $31.83. That's 1.2% increase. Polkadot's at a 4.7. Excuse me, $4.73 traded, and it's at in the red at -2%. Not too bad. Litecoin is traded at $59.56 per share. That's a 5% increase. And Bitcoin SV is at $175.14 plus 1%. Cardano is number 11, and it's at 10 cents, 0.76% decrease. So Cardano's kind of steadily at 10%. All right, guys. Well, had an awesome time with you guys this Tuesday evening, and definitely look forward to it. We'll see what happens in these next 24 hours with everything. Now, let's definitely turn this baby around. Hey, how's it going, guys? I see DJ Hacker and Rat Lives. There you go. Hey, guys. Appreciate you guys joining in. I see you said hi, hello. Cool. Yeah, but some cryptocurrency, definitely check into that. Actually, another cool thing with cryptocurrency is I see, I'm in the Houston, Texas area, and I seen on one side of town they actually had ATMs where you could actually buy Bitcoin. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, well, you guys, if you're DJ Hacker, Rat Lies, if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. And if you already are, I really appreciate it. Yeah, let's turn this baby around. See what happens in these next 24 hours. I'm Money Manny with HTX TV. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And you guys on the podcast, appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good one, and I am out.